Welcome to Seattle Community Forum. I'm your host, Tristan Devon. This week's Community Spotlight is on a Seattle man who has been reading to children at the Seattle Public Library for 20 years. His name is Ripped Jeans. You can see the pictures that accompany his story at seattlecommunityforum.org.
He's been reading
Enjoy.
stories to the children of Seattle for the past 20 years, and he's just recently retired. This is going to be his final story, and we asked him to come and read it to all of you guys.
I didn't retire.
Please welcome to the stage, Ripped Jeans, everybody.
I didn't retire, Travis. They forced me out.
Okay, so you're taking a leave.
I love those kids. I read every Sunday to them down at the library, and the library said I couldn't do it anymore. But I brought the last book I ever wrote down to read to you kids.
What's it called, huh?
It's called The Story of St. Patrick's Day by Ripped Jeans.
How topical. That's really great.
St. Patrick's Day is a good holiday.
Are you Irish?
They appreciate it in Ireland more than you do. No, I'm Lithuanian. Thank you.
Okay.
Some Lithuania fans out there. Alright, Story of St. Patrick's Day by Ripped Jeans. Right here you got St. Patrick.
I can hold the microphone up to your lips. I
No.
have no problem doing that. Okay.
Get away from me, Travis. You're a liar. I didn't retire. I got forced out of the shit. I was inappropriate. That's St. Patrick Jr. That's the Queen of England. And that's a snake. Dirty rotten snake.
The small Asian girl is the snake?
Shut up, Travis. You're not in this book, it's in Ireland. Okay. St. Patrick had a really nice car. He used to drive around at night, and he used to look at the stars, and he wondered if Ireland could ever be a good place. Not like it was, because it was bad. Because Ireland was full of young mothers with strollers. You go into a coffee shop,
I can really hold up microphone.
they'd crowd you and they'd spill your coffee on your hand and it would burn your hand. And in Ireland, all the kitchens were designed in the New Mexico Santa Fe style. Nobody liked that. Everybody was miserable. They didn't want to be there any more than you or I would. Right, children, and they had snakes. Snakes coming out of every possible orifice and place.
Are the snakes under those pretty pink strips?
Shut up about it. Those are snakes. Those are pictures of snakes that I drew. I illustrated this book. Snakes coming out everywhere.
Even the photographs? You illustrated the photographs?
Those are drawings. St. Patrick was so sad that he sat in his car at night and he would in his garage and he would stare at his mantra on the wall. He'd say, "God damn it, Patrick, you're a saint. You gotta design to outdo. You gotta outstyle them. You gotta outdo them. Accelerate. Out-handle them because you're a saint. You're St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland. Good God, man." And he would sit in his car brooding about that.
Wait, he was a saint before the story?
We'll get to it. I wrote this, Travis.
I just didn't know the time.
Leave this building. So St. Patrick, he went to see the Council of Pillows that ruled Ireland. He went to visit them in their chamber. The pillows lined up and they discussed with him the problems of all of Ireland. They were the rulers. So then, and the chief of the pillows, he was sick and dying in bed. He was pale as the day and warm. He was dying because a snake had bitten him because snakes ruled the land.
Wait, I thought the pillows ruled the land. And why?
No, well, snakes... Shut the fuck up, Travis. Snakes were a problem for the...
So why would the pillow go to bed?
In the corner of the room, a snake was watching. And he scampered off to the Snake King to tell him their business in the Snake King's castle. had to be long, because snakes are long. Yes. St. Patrick knew what he had to do. He had to get a shot of wheatgrass. Power up before he go in and face the Snake King. Got a shot of wheatgrass and he was off.
It just seems like a pillow wouldn't go to bed. That's where pillows work. And so that's where
He couldn't move. Couldn't leave work. He couldn't do nothing. He was dying of a snake bite. Travis, you don't know anything about Ireland. The Council of Pillows said that if this war happened, it would be as bad as the war between the chairs and the stools. Destroy Ireland. St. Patrick went to the Snake King's castle and he saw the Snake Queen, who was a beautiful model. Huh? She had been a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. And he snuck up behind her and he pushed her on the ground.
This might not be appropriate.
And then she looked up in his face and said, "What took you so long?" Like they knew each other and loved each other, because they did. They met at summer camp and they had a romantic evening in a canoe together. The Snake Queen and St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland. So then they watched TV and they had sex. There's some extra drawings in there. But the Snake King burst in! He burst in with his mighty mace, bearing it upon them. But St. Patrick, he said, "I've got you, St. Patrick, fuck you!" And St. Patrick, he smacked down the mace and he smashed it in the ground, and when he did, the Council of Pillows lost their pillowy form and were freed from their pillow prison and became people again. And Gaia up in heaven, down in the sea, approved.
And you read this to the children?
The children love this story. They request it on a daily basis, Travis. You know nothing about children. And the sexy queen looked on with approval as her husband was killed. Smashed to bits by St. Patrick with a shillelagh. And St. Patrick loaded all the snakes into his car and he drove them across the border in Mexico. And he let them free and he said, "Don't ever come back here, snakes! Terrorize the people of Ireland, stay in Mexico." And then
Ireland doesn't.
they had a party and they celebrated about it. The end. That's the story of St. Patrick. That's how St. Patrick that day became a saint. And then from that day forth he was called Saint Patrick.
Now I can understand why you were not invited back, because that seems to have certain mature themes for children that aren't necessarily.
I love children more than you ever will, Travis.
Unfortunately, I think that's true.
You're gonna pay for that, Travis. I'm gonna hide outside in the dark. When you leave, when you leave, you won't see me, but I'll be there. No matter what, and wherever you go, for the rest of your life. Ripped jeans. Ripped jeans!
Thanks for listening to Seattle Community Forum. If you like the show, please leave a review on iTunes. Today's music was by a man named Enormo. Enjoy.